it's Barney again. I'm going to play Internal Conflict again. So last time I played this, I got stuck. This is going to be a long rambling playthrough again. Less rambling, hopefully. What I'm going to do is, because I've already got a lot of that stuff out of the way in the first one, I'm going to have a more considered commentary on this one. And I'm also going to, I'm going to try not covering my steps. I'm not picking up my save where I left off. Knowing what I know, I'm going to try and play this with a more kind of like appreciative focus. Focus on the strengths and less dithering. We'll see if I can figure out progression that I couldn't last time. Anyway, here goes. Right. Most difficult encounter I had in 2 hours of gameplay. I mean, it was dithering gameplay, but anyway, here's that shotgun. I'll go straight for this. Yeah, so these, I mean, there's no jank here. You don't. It's not at. It's not aligned on the grid in such a way that you are going to bang into anything there. But I still think these are a bit tight. Mine and it. Anyway, oh yes, I need to hit the switch. Okay, good switch. You press it once, light stays on, that door remains open. So, yeah, here we've got, this was that kind of studded metal. Same as which is used on all these rims. That came down behind us, and then we press the switch and we open it. And this is a motif we're going to see in a lot of places. But yeah, at first I was quite charmed. My first and second playthroughs, I was, oh, it's quite cute the way these things are always different. But overall, I think, in hindsight, I don't like the way these things are different. Here it works fine, it's a nice introduction to mechanic, but in particular there are so many different ways in which these blocking things happen, ways in which you're walled in. I think this is a cool encounter, you're surrounded by enemies. If this is your first playthrough, you'll be really weak from having been completely screwed over there. So this is quite a dynamic encounter. It's good that you can't just leave. Other times I find myself kind of thinking like either the actual blocking mechanism could be polished up, or does it really need to be there? Because after a while it becomes an impediment to progression, and when you get confused with progression, that's when all these things which were cute and eccentric start becoming frustrating. Cool. Got everything up here. It wasn't actually the thing I uploaded yesterday wasn't even a blind playthrough. I was just when I was playing. Yeah, so I guess like take all my commentary from yesterday with a pinch of salt. What's that? Weird. Okay, so last time I went over there first. Don't know why I said that. Okay, this. I think I was. Yeah, I didn't want to have to navigate through slime. But the slime just put me off. Yeah, last time I thought, ooh, this is a bit foreboding. So I decided instead to go through here. Which, I mean, yeah, you know, it's a bit of a blind alley, and it's like, ooh, will I be able to climb back up if it all goes wrong? Actually, it's pretty mild down here. It's this pretty mid encounter, but this room is like kind of informative. But then as you wander through here, you've got this kind of slow trickle of enemies, and the enemies from let's see if I can. Yeah, these enemies here end up kind of slowly trickling down to here. See, this is where we are. In a way that isn't challenging and feels just kind of random and weird. So that's very interesting. I mentioned in my written review that I thought some of the areas of geometry could do with no, I was thinking like, is there a way? I'm not sure if you should do that with Doom. I was thinking, is there a way to make this less bumpy? But whatever. What am I even talking about? This time I'm going to go through here first. And okay, so that door doesn't. That's interesting. Oh, by the way, sorry, I'm not commenting on it this time, but unless you're really not paying attention to your surroundings and you're just getting like caught up, you're just doing one thing after the other, then there's no way to get to this corridor without going past this. And it says exit there, and there's like, oh, how do I get the exit? Oh, there's a yellow key over there, red key, switch here, blue key here. And they are clearly indicating these bars, which they will release, which will allow you to go through that. So if you're going down there, you know, you should look at it, and then you go, oh look, there's a red key there. You can't get to it. There's a switch up there. I wonder what that does. Oh look, hey, it's red key markings. This door is obviously open. That pretty clearly says to me like, alright, we're going to need the red key. Or maybe not, maybe the blue key, maybe you don't have to go there, but if I go down here, ooh, red key. How do I get to the red key? Red key indicators. It's this way. That's like completely. That reads so easily to me. It's like one of the most well presented, lucid, conventional design, progression design elements in this. Some people say they're confused by that. I think that's a minority. Right, so yeah, okay. What's interesting here is you go up here. Okay, look, this is a different kind of blocking texture. We've still got these riveted pillars, but this is like a sheet of brushed metal, or a thick block of brushed metal. And at some point, I think this shuts. I'm pretty sure it does. I'm not sure when it does it. Huh? Don't know what that was. Okay, weird. Maybe I'm misremembering. Whatever. Okay, so yet again, a different kind of barrier. This one is 3 bars. I know that these must be openable from this, seen from this side of the map, because maybe that's indicative of this thing opened. I might have just been completely wrong about this. Maybe there was something closing behind you here. I'm going to go through here to some imps. There are some imps that snipe at you there. It's very difficult for them to get line of sight on you. You can get line of sight on them. The only time they can get line of sight on you is when you're further down here, which again has got this thing of like, you know, it's like that Keko wandering in. It's like, okay, that's kind of irritating. I can't really deal with it right now. Former humans like to be the most like guttural and alarming. Very steep stairs here, but I'll manage. Yeah, I always found this to be the most guttural and like scary sounds in Doom. And I'm the weakest ones. That feels like a weak secret. I mean, yeah. Also, like, I am drowning in pistol ammo, but I only have the shotgun. I think, like, some blocking lines would be good here to stop there, like, bouncing and getting stuck on geometry. Moving swiftly on, so that was a detour to get a secret box of shells. Oh, this. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And this is another. Okay, so there's that close behind you. This was a door, right? It was a UAC door. I think it's the first UAC door we've seen. Okay, this is weird. Jump down, that's to stop me running away. I think it's really kind of, it didn't really occur to me that I would need to I don't know, I mean I guess I could press this and run away without fighting them. Feels, I don't know, kind of unnecessary. But whatever, you know, not a major complaint. It is, however, odd, you know, and I'm going to make a point again. This is the third time we've had a switch to open a blocking passage, and each time the switch has looked different, and the blocking element has looked different. And it's weird here. Okay, look, so this is a repeating switch, it shouldn't be. Because it's a one-time action. So yeah, on the one hand, I'm not really sure you need this like switch to unblock here, but also it's a UAC door, right? It's a door that you interact with. That's how you open it. But then it looks like a UAC door from behind as well, but it's switch operated this time. And that's different to every other blocking thing we've seen, whether it's the sheet metal or the this stuff, the riveted metal. Also, the riveted metal, right? Here, there is a pattern. If we'd have gone the other way, see, we came out from over here. If we'd have progressed more to the east, we'd have seen more switch to open blockage instances, but they developed this thing, which is not completely consistent either, but it shows you get up to the switch, and somewhere near the switch you'll see a little indication of an alcove with a pillar in it, and you flick the switch, and the pillars lift in the little alcoves, and that's an indicator that, oh, a pillar has been lifted somewhere, or blockage has been lifted. And they look like this. So yeah, alcove with a pillar in it. But here these don't signify that. Or they kind of do, because they're kind of next to a blocking thing, which then needs to be switched, but they have no relationship to the switch, and they're showing that the pillar is there. If we come this way, that doesn't make any difference. It's like, oh, it's just some random decoration. But it's weird how that kind of echoes a design feature in the rest of the map, in other parts of the map, just whilst breaking the design language, as it were. I must say the brushwork up here with these overhead lights is really nice. I like the beveled edge. Very, very nice. Anyway, I wasn't quite clear on when maybe these indicators, these beveled edges, they're not DC on places where there is no. Yeah, again, lack of consistency and critical progression on this. Now, this is something that's going to shut behind me. This whole area frustrates me. Oh, okay. Right, so I think I've noticed something here. This is closed. This wooden panel has closed behind me. Metal edging in the middle, but not on the sides. It's inconsistent with every other instance, and it just doesn't look coherent in and of itself. I get the feeling that the author was kind of just experimenting, seeing which ones work, and in a lot of places I think the variety is absolutely beautiful. Like the way there are different ways to do different motifs, but yeah, I think overall, having played this game for a while and gotten stuck, it irritates me. This is interesting. Odd piece of detailing there, which I think is kind of like superfluous. We don't see that kind of like random broken walls anywhere else. And it's near a critical interaction point and hub. I think that serves no purpose, and it's confusing because, as we'll see later, this is a whole area which becomes very confusing. Anyway, switch. Do we think that switch opens that? Probably not, because we haven't achieved anything yet, but... a couple of alcoves. And this... So I opened this alcove, and this was just a section of wall, I think? There was no indication that this is a passage, and there was this narrow... Something's up in there. Okay, there's a narrow passage there. Did it open both those sections of wall? I find that really weird. So it's got this double action, and that's that kind of monster closet. It's like, boom, and there's kind of like there's door railings, right? But here it's just like a section of wall disappeared at the same time as the monster closet opened. It's weird. I don't know what to make of this whole area diegetically. This area, as far as I can tell, serves no purpose. Now I kind of want I think it's gameplay. It's gameplay to have player come in, go, oh shit, there's these imps, but there's acid. Fuck, this area is cool. And then I have to go up here. I can see the steps and the lights. I need to go up here to get my footing, get out of the acid, get rid of the imps. Then I follow around here, and then there's this area. But this switch to open up a section of wall is, and have this divide with this narrow, awkward brushwork in it. I just think it's weird. I mean, like, why not instead have like, oh shit, imps attacking me from every direction. A big brightly lit door or alcove, like, you know, I've complained about enemies shooting at me from across the map and me not quite being able to see them, but I don't think it'd be so bad if you could look through to here. You could just have this exposed, just get rid of this. And this is interesting too. Right, I'm being hypercritical of all this because it screwed me. So I'm going to drop into acid here, and it'll be a point of no return. There's a place up there with some help. There's a place there with a rad suit, and there's a place there I can get into. I'm going to rush into there and hope it's not an ambush. Okay, no, that's relatively safe. Cool. So the odd thing is that I can see now, looking back at it, although that's because I know there's nothing threatening or curious here, so I know I can afford to do this. Now I can see that there's a path behind that. I didn't see that last time. But also, this part of doubt of like, oh, I hope there's not just more acid behind this opening. Excuse me. That would have been helpful. I don't know, it's like, okay, there's acid in front of me, I need the thing for the acid. By the time you get that, I don't think you need it anymore. Anyway. I love this is so cool. Green marble and fire blue. I like the fact that you've got that immediate thing of like, oh no, this is going to take a while to open, and I will have to deal with it shooting at me. And then there's a... I don't know if it's like thematically intentional, but maybe it's like cacos are just big, powerful demons with the lay of the land. Nothing's going to chain them up or put them in a box, but there's a theme of cacos just like randomly wandering about. It's like, oh, I didn't see one caco here. Sneaking around the corner. Anyway. Difficult to work out what's going on in here, but stick to the edges obviously because we don't want to go into slime. Right, so yeah, here, those enemies are set to ambush, right? Jump in. Oh, they're behind me. Yeah, the way we played it this time, very, very cool. In my initial playthrough, because I picked one of the different paths, I then encountered enemies and... yeah, well, I'm not going to go to that. Okay, now, I just want to... There's a tech pillar in a hole in the wall. Yeah, I just want to confirm this. I can see there's a teleporter there, there's a barrel there, I'll get rid of it. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's go. Second deadliest encounter, I think. That's really scary having that many shotgunners in your face. Okay, yeah, this should not be a repeating switch. It's also a bit confusing because it's one of those switches that, again, like last time, kind of triggered by accident. I was just like, I need to shoot these guys, man. And yeah, some of my pellets went behind him and hit a switch, which happened to me. Oh, what? It is repeating. What? Hang on, wait. So what? No, hang on. What? fun. Is it? Okay, no, I think. I actually hit it from. I can see it, but I can't hit it. That's bad design, I think. Or is it? I mean, you kind of need to see the guys without. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on here which makes me start to question every aspect of it. You know, and this is the problem, right? Everything is cute and delightful up until the point where something just massively destabilizes expectations and confuses the player as to the core game mechanics. And at that point, all the things that were cute and intriguing suddenly become like, become full of suspicion and confusion, you know what I mean? I think, okay, right, so there's a toggled state. Okay, and now when I cross the middle, I think? No. What the fuck is going on? This is so weird. I've got no idea what's going on there. But we all saw that, right? Like twice I managed to lock myself back in. Anyway, again, so shoot switches this time. Shoot switch, which I wasn't sure that I hit, that you can hit by accident, which confuses the mechanism further. And again, like obnoxiously different block, like even from each other. So we've got the kind of like riveted metal here and here. I mean, different designs. I guess they got a different iron welder. You couldn't hire the same guy for both sides of the room. But here, this single little thin circular column of riveted metal, rusty riveted metal comes out. Whereas here, it's a grey block that's slightly thicker, and it's like at this point the difference between these things is just obnoxious, and it all kind of feeds into the confusion of like, what is this mechanism? What's going on? The shotgunner encounter and then suddenly realising you're trapped is awesome. It's one of the best moments in this map. But these little inconsistent details and the confusion as to the basic mechanics, just weird. I think they completely detract. And yeah, again, so this is yet another time we've had a switch opening and locking passages, and the mechanics and the appearance of it are completely different yet again. Okay, great. Oh, these guys are out. Come through this. And yeah, here I am. Okay, so where does this take me, do we think? That's cool, I like the jump scare. I'll comment again on the fact that yeah, inconsistent teleport logic. Okay, and here I am right at the beginning, and I still can't hit that shoot switch, but we've just been, like that we've been in a small discrete environment introduced to the shoot switch mechanic. So that's good, but yeah, I was confused, like, okay, this is necessary progression jumping out here. You might think, I'm just going to show you, like, that does not look like an obvious jump to me. It's a very precarious jump, and actually exiting feels like a less precarious jump. Well, I screwed it that time, but you can. Okay, right. Well, I did manage it once anyway. Well, regardless of whether my point was accurate or not, there's a fucking imp somewhere around here, wandering loose. But we still haven't exited. Yes, I'm just going to rewind that whole moment. This is just me going through my trauma that I left off from yesterday's episode. But let's just do the thing I know I need to do. Whoops, I got caught on geometry. That is nasty. I don't quite know what that was actually, but this is all a bit tight for me. Yeah, this is a very tight area. Luckily I've killed everyone. I can still hear him. Is something going to open up? No. So here I realise this is all a bit confusing. What am I going for? Is this... What's the unlock here? What's the purpose of this room? The purpose of this room is to give a shooting angle on this. I think that's neat overall, because you see that thing before and you think like, oh no, I still can't get it. So you think like, and yeah, like I said, there's the shotgun as incident. You think like, right, so I'm still not at the point where I can get that. I wonder what that is. And yeah, this room is designed to be the place where you can shoot it. And that time the switch stays on because it's a one-time mechanics, a one-time thing. I heard something off in the distance, but I didn't get any immediate feedback. If that thing is going to become consistent, I think the idea that, as seen in the south and west of the map, south and east of the map, sorry, I think this would be one of the places where it would be more appropriate to go like, okay, so what did that even do? And you could maybe have a small representation, like there is in those other parts of the map, showing you what happened. So I think it is a really cute effect. It just would help if these things were all more consistently telegraphed. Because yeah, from here, okay, so unless you're right up close, you won't see those steps that have just emerged out of the acid. So I was thinking like, oh, something further afield has happened. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that, see, my crosshair doesn't quite align with the centre of it, I think it'd be cool if it was more aligned and if this room looked like it was more critically focused on that. Because like, not everything has to make sense diegetically in Doom, but the whole purpose of this whole thing, well, the purpose of the travel back here, I don't think I've done anything else down there. I can't remember. I didn't pick up any keys. I only teleported through a place. I only flicked that one switch to let me out of the shotgun room. So I don't think I've actually accomplished anything from coming into this whole area, apart from shooting that switch. So it's like shooting that switch lets you out, you can see from those steps, but it's also like the thing I came here to do, I think. So I think it could do with being more centralised somehow. Anyway. Yes, I can just leave. Or can I? Yeah, okay, so this is so obnoxious. Okay, look. This has come up. So those steps came up there, and this came up. I didn't notice this. I didn't notice this shut behind me, or the absence of this thing. I was kind of like just dealing with the ants the first time I came through here. Now I realise that this is new. But like, how do I? Is it? Oh, hang on. Is that the stepping stone between? Man, I'm gonna feel so embarrassed if that is the case. I think it is. I think it has to be. This thing really annoys me. Get out of my way. Like, why would you build this rusty metal thing, put it in the middle of a corridor, and have a switch whose function is to delete parts of the wall? I don't know, it's just, again, on the level of diegetic sense, it's like, it's completely counterintuitive. Okay, so do I have to dance around the edge of this? That is really, really not obvious. And again, I was saying like, oh, well, you kind of make that jump. And then rather than going for the Razzie, you can SR40 off there. I think it's more intuitive to SR40 off there than it is that you could crawl along the side, tiny side of this map and make that, which is, yeah, it takes movement skills and it's not obviously signposted. And again, there's this thing of like these just lumps. See, up until now we just had blocking lumps, but now we've got helpful lumps. But it's like, wow, okay. Thanks to Elastic Collision. Not enjoying this, man. But yeah, you've just got these kind of like all manner of different shapes and sizes of lump. And because they're also frustrating and confusing, it ends up feeling naff. Okay, so this is brick lump with. Okay, let's. I did not bounce off. Please don't bounce off. Yes, yes. Okay, brilliant. That I was stuck for like 15 minutes on that yesterday. Like, how do I get out of this room? I didn't realise you could skip across here. I think that is just really weird. Yeah, that is a definite instance of like cute and eccentric, but total usability liability. Like, why? What is? There's this whole complex that you navigate through in order to shoot a switch. Because I can't do free look. No, you need, that's the thing, free look would break that, right? You'd just be able to shoot that switch immediately. Yeah, no, so you've got that whole contrived thing to shoot a switch, and that gives you the steps out, and it brings up a bollard, which allows you to get to the other side of the room. I don't know, man. Like, I think just a bridge across the slime pit would be so much clearer. I think that would be really awesome. I see how that. I'm just rewinding. I'm so sick of being bounced into acid. I can see how putting a bridge across it, like, it impacts the aesthetics of this, right? There's very, very cool aesthetics this room, by the way. Except, does it really? No, I think you could still put like a walkway here. But I mean, ideally, sorry, I'm just going. Can I afford to waste? No, I'm gonna. Let's come back to this. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a. I'm gonna put a marker on this. Remind myself to complain some more later. That's it. Well, I just died anyway. Okay, sorry, I'm rewinding. I don't see at this moment. I don't think the game is playing fair. So why should I play fair? Like echo encounters, this one is actually. Hey! Oh, that didn't. I'd have thought. Oh, and the grey podium disappeared. We've had things. There are things on grey podiums on the west side, the east side. Sorry, which I explored first last time, and they didn't disappear when you picked them up. Yeah, I think things like that just need to be consistent. The variety is obnoxious. blood pumping though. Yeah, very nice to have that exhilarating fight after the more the kind of head scratchy, puzzly kind of areas. Awesome little red bits. And yeah, that's the thing where you got this, hit the switch, opens the thing, reveals another switch. And I assume that must have let us out. Has that? Oh. It was just there was a monster closet for one zombie guy. This is pretty ornate for one zombie guy. But fair enough, I guess. Oh yeah, I can get that health now. Or can I? Yes, okay, great, so that's opened the way. Now it's let me out, isn't it? Or is it? I don't know. Alright, 1 second. Okay, hope this, sorry for the glitch, hope this follows through organically. So where was I? I just... This opened something else and an imp came out of somewhere. Where did that imp come out of? Is it somewhere over here? No, I don't know where that imp came from. Okay. I still can't get at these. I could really do with those. Is that a secret? Yes, it's a secret. Is this a thing? Oh, okay, that showed... Okay, so here we go, yeah. This is the first time we encounter it in this playthrough. There's a switch, and nearby there is a little alcove with a barrier raising. Okay, no, so I can leave again. Right, except it doesn't look like the barrier it lifted. And it's not obvious. You don't really notice that as a thing, so like the indication is kind of, I think, misplaced, but it's also inconsistent. Like, yeah. And because you hear that sound, I suppose that imp that had been wandering about for some reason coming in is an indication that I should look back that way. So this kind of indicates that I can access this from behind. The thing is, ouch, damn. I think I'm just putting myself at more health risk trying to find... Yeah, okay, it's a shame, but I'd love that health, but I'm just gonna raw dog it, as they say. Okay, so what's changed up here? Of these, is that what they were indicating? Yes, okay. I found all that a bit confusing, to be honest. That new animation. I do like the nice. I got my health. I will say that the enemies jumping up behind you, you know, the switch, that never gets old. I love it. Cool. Anyway, so that means I can now access the red key. Whoop. Who was that? Oof. Damn, I could use some armor. I suspect this is going to open. No? Odd. Okay. You see, again, because there's so many little different semantic tricks and they're not very consistent, and that's a podium. Sometimes that triggers... Can I shoot this? Is this... Oh, okay, right, cool. Oh, nice. Okay, that is very cool. I like that. Awesome. Okay. Cool. So I've got the red key now. Oh yeah. I will note that this is all very tight, by the way. I will note that we have this thing here of switches to lift barriers, these kind of pillars, columns, and that's not consistent. There are other places where you get red and blue columns and you don't need switches, but we'll get to that later. Love this place, it's great. Ominous dark corridors. Let's just follow this through. Alright, these guys won't know what hit them. Yeah, look. Not switch activated. I suppose it looks slightly different. It's not a major complaint. I do happen to know though, I'm going to go through here actually. That's neat, I like that. Yeah, bit narrow here. I wonder if this is something I can open. No, probably not. The fact that it's different and it's not mirrored later. It's cool. Yeah, I like this room. So this is the deeper room. I don't like the fact that there are enemies. There are enemies in here who wake up and you can hear them from here, It's really annoying. I don't think they should wake until you get into that room where they are, personally. Anyway. Do I need shells? No. Do I need health? No, I don't. I would love that armor, and we'll get that soon. Yeah, hell, yeah, I'm going to plow on through here. Now, so yes, when we came through here, yeah, look, blue. In common with the place over there, yeah, we saw this motif to indicate that's where you get the red key. Now we're being told this is where you get the blue key, but it's not consistent because if you don't take this path, if you take one of the other two paths that get you to that area, whoops. Okay, don't die. Oof, that was brutal. Okay, maybe I do need that health now. But hey, there's something. Oh no, this isn't the other path. Okay, which path am I thinking of then? Anyway, if we came at this place through... I'm getting completely lost now. Here we go, okay. Yes, coming through here, and through here. Well, anyway, the blue key is down there, and we would not have seen the blue key indicator that the path we took was towards that. And I'm just gonna... I'm not gonna grab the chainsaw because I have Berserk. I don't need it. And I just want to see if, like, it's pretty clear, excuse me, it's pretty clear that, oh, in that other room, well, we got the chainsaw, but what do we get here? What's this room for? Excellent. Maybe that could have had some kind of indication to show that, make that part of the wall slightly different. A bit of wall humping isn't a crime. That's annoying. The blockage. Hey. Okay, that was another one of those. This is weird. Like, what is this doing here? It feels like it should be a thing, but I suppose the misdirection, you know, the thinking like, aha, this will probably open this, and it doesn't. It just opens to reveal this guy and guys behind you. I like that misdirection. I like the jump scares. It, like I said, it never gets old. What about here? Is this gonna? Okay, let's make the most of this. No other switches or anything here? No. So that must have... Oh yeah, we go through here. Leaky red sea. And this is one of the best moments in the game, in my humble opinion. And get this out. What the... Come on, man. This has opened. Okay, I missed that again, but that means opening the blocking passages. Now, is there something else? But again, that switch should not be repeating. Okay, I wasted my rad suit, that's a shame, but... I knew this was here, so I knew I could risk it. Bit tight here, but not critically so. And this is opened. Floating box of shells, weird. Blue key. Okay, so I've got, and look at this, right? Big columns in alcoves. Lowered. Okay, so what else has that lowered? It opened this, apparently. So, doesn't really match the thing it's describing or anything else, and it's inconsistent with the other ways in which this is played, which is, yeah, again, annoying. Awesome. I'm doing great. 4 out of 7 secrets. Let's go through here again. Ooh, nice. Okay. I can get shells. I've got another rad suit. I can get my beloved mega armor. Awesome. Some more bullets. Just for the sake of doing stuff, I'm going to unlock this. Let's go through here. So I only need one of these, but now I have both, and I feel very well equipped. I'll kill these guys who've been annoying me for ages with their growling. Did I just see this? Yeah, okay. I didn't notice this lift last time. Man, I'm doing great all of a sudden. I wonder what happens when you... I'm not going to get that now, but I hope that when I do, I'll get swamped with monsters. This is very awkward. You don't want to run through here because you'll be surrounded on all sides. Odd, very odd. Can I jump through here? From here I can get this, that's cool. Can I jump onto there as well? This is a nice little bit of parkour here. That light is odd. But I'm not complaining, I like odd lights. Okay. Ooh. Maybe something cool at the end of all this platforming. But again, I feel like the fact that every little incident is slightly different is just like... It makes it difficult to kind of wonder where something is slightly off and, you know, could be a secret. Because everything is different. There's no consistency, so... Oh shit, do I have to start that whole thing again? Oh my god, that is so frustrating. Please tell me I can... No, I have to do the whole thing again. And there's still some straggling enemies, I don't know where they are. But life's too short, I'm just gonna... Oh, this is new, I didn't go here last time, did I? Oh no, great, okay, yeah, fine. Up here... Okay, onto here. I thought that was kind of like a secret, but this is mainline progression. This feels... This feels kind of janky and slightly difficult. I wouldn't expect it to be maybe bounced off there. This column in the way, and... Right, so when I rush through and hit that... Okay, don't know what that... through all this acid now. Yeah, I did. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay, I could do that health now. So what did that... Okay, that was this. Hey, column in alcove. I wonder if... Okay, here I am. That was a nasty bounce. Oof. Okay, that's something I need to get rid of. More parkour, I guess. Oh man, these edges are... This is tight. Okay, and if I die, I have to go... Oh shit. Okay, am I dead now? Fuck. Do I need to start the whole thing over again? Please tell me no. Please. Oh, shit, okay. That was brutal. Okay, let's try this one more time. The way potions have been distributed is pretty good there, I must admit. Sorry, I'm rewinding now. It's... Oof. I like the way these are positioned. This is very cool. Oh yeah, you can shoot through tech pillars, remember? Can't hit that guy. Whoop. Okay, so we've got this columns theme here, I like it. Okay, alternative chain gun location if you hadn't gone through the red key path. Oh my god, it's the yellow skull key. Amazing. I've made it. Okay, so... Whoa! What did that... Okay. So did that just... Was that another alcove and pillar thing to show me something has been unblocked? Maybe my way out of... Okay, no, there were various things that were... I've seen various blocking things. But separate to the switch, which has now raised that? Oh, okay. But that's very confusing. I pick up the skull key, which is the thing in itself, and that triggered something. I heard it, I can't remember what it was. And then there's a switch which also triggers something. Why can't the switch do both of those things? Feels, odd. Unnecessary. Oh, it removed that pillar here. But why did it raise then? Okay. So that allowed me to escape. Is it worth going over there? I kind of don't want to lose any more health to falling off. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay, screw this. Screw this. I have the yellow skull key, I'm getting out of here. Except I can't, oh god, because that's a door that I need to unlock. And... Okay, right. So be it. Right, so, oh okay, there's an alternative path here. I do like the overall design of this place a lot, and these wonky columns are really cool. That is a really, really neat feature. Oh, okay, so we've got the chasm here. Whoa. Oh, thankfully it's not that deep on the other side. Okay, cool, I like this. I mean, it is brutal in places, but I do like the parkour overall. Could I have gotten here from there? Is there something down there? I can't really see. But I've already been... Okay, so that didn't get me anything. That just got me a bit of health and stuff. I wonder what's in there. Excuse me? Oh, right. I've got to admit that, I mean, the chasm thing was fun, but the fact that I didn't end up with a secret or anything particularly rewarding after going through all that alternative path is weird. I mean, I suppose it's just a forking path thing, like, but it didn't seem to bring anything new, like, and that tiny bit of health when, like, so what am I missing here? I picked up the yellow skull key, I flicked the switch. Yeah, okay, maybe I unlocked that thing somewhere else. The door. I think I've explored the totality of this. Kind of felt like I deserved a secret after that, but I'm not too bitter. So I'm missing something else in here, presumably. Is there another way? Okay. Very awkward enemy. What about... Can I leap onto here? Oh, yes, I can. Ugh. That just gets me health. Can I shoot anything from here? That looks different, but it doesn't do anything. Huh, what am I missing? I could leap onto here. Let's try that. Yeah, very inventive, there's some health there, but nothing else. There's a panel up here. I feel like little details like that. I mentioned this with that switch in the slime pit room that opens the section of door that I complained about. Above it, there was a bit of exposed wall, whereas the switch was for opening parts of the wall which weren't even signaled. I find it irritating when there's like, you need to pay attention to subtle details, or there are kind of incomprehensible or novel modes of progression and interactivity. But then there's also these little features in a place full of detail which don't do anything. It's extra cognitive load. Anyway, I think this is the last place. Fuck my life. SR40? Yes, okay. Oh no! Right, okay, look. This pillar rose. See, if that pillar had distinctive appearance, or this alcove had a distinctive appearance which matched the switch next to the gold key, then I would have been a bit more like, oh, I know what to look out for now, or, oh, I recognise that. But as it is, I kind of forgot about this detail because there were so many other little, forked, confusing, tricky, blocked paths. It's a bit lost. think, yeah, I've said it before, but I think all these, like, these things should either be standardized or highlighted much more. So otherwise you kind of don't really notice them. I don't know. Anyway, this. So I unlocked a thing which allowed me to press a button to unlock another thing. Yeah, okay, look, I'm going to say it. This was superfluous. What would have been if, okay, the way I'd have done this, for the sake of argument. No, this whole thing was pointless. Like, by the time I've gotten to the gold key, I've got the gold key. I should be able to leave. The fact that I'm locked in here until I can get... I suppose it's good for focusing the player, saying, no, you are here to do a thing. There is a thing that you need to get. Don't leave. I know there are forking paths. Focus. There are a limited number of paths. Okay, so let's say that this locking behind you is necessary. I would have liked it if it looked consistent or was more heavily signposted as something that was locking behind you. And... oh, look, no, you know what? This could have been... There are doors which you need to unlock from the other side. This could have been a gold key door. That could have shut behind me, and it could have been signposted on this side with gold, key indicator trimmings. That way, this would be unnecessary. I mean, this thing's unnecessary anyway. I would have gone through all that thing, gotten the gold key, and then it's like, yeah, I can escape. As it is, I needed to press a switch. I need to get the gold key and press a switch. And what that switch did was it unlocked something. Oh no, it unlocked the way out immediately next to it. Yes, it removed a pillar that was right next to me. It also removed that pillar there, which, I don't know, you could have that just like jumping from the top. You could have that be a one-way exit. Yeah, that you just can't climb up to. Or it doesn't need to be necessarily visible. Anyway, whatever. I could have just gotten the gold key immediately, and the path through the gold key would be the way out, rather than having to turn left and get the thing, or whatever. Just not have that barrier there. Get the gold key, go through, not have a barrier there, and... yeah, 1 second. Hey, sorry for the hiccup. Yeah, look, so this thing is entirely superfluous. If there needed to be a switch there, if that was important, if you stick to that, then that switch could have just been the thing that unlocked this. But yeah, I think this is a particular case. I think I said earlier that in my first attempt at a playthrough, that a lot of these things just, I mean, when they get irritating, you think, like, either can this be improved or is it even necessary? And I think this is a case where they weren't necessary. Anyway, I've basically won now. Oh no, still quite a lot of kill count. I thought I would... Is there anything in here? Oh, yes. Okay. So, I'm just going to check a thing. Because I think I can just I can just exit the map now, right? Excuse me. Okay. That's an exit. Oh yeah, this unlocked at some point, but... yeah, in an earlier playthrough, I thought I got these through the wall because I couldn't see them up here, and I thought they were behind that wall. Whatever. Unimportant. Irrelevant. Nobody cares. Okay, look. So there's 2 exits. That is so weird. So I've got a choice of 2 exits I could take right now. I'm just gonna... Oh! Nice. Okay, cool. Damn, this is brutal. That guy thinks he's on Nightmare. Okay, odd backwalk again. Hey, we've got the nice mirrored red motifs again. And there's a little pillar here to... Ooh. Okay. I've finally run out of plasma. Okay, there's a teleporter here. Does that take me back? Maybe. Yeah, every time I see a door, I just kind of sigh. They all look different. Oh, outside though. Where are we now? Oh man, this is great. Oh, sorry, that's where I came from, isn't it? I can go up here. It's very careless. Somebody to leave a box of bullets on the steps. Oh, cool. And now I get to traverse this. Oh, shit. Okay. I must admit, the late addition of parkour to the mix is cool. Yeah, I'm digging this. Although these angles are a bit awkward sometimes. And I think this last one I need to SR40. Oh, fuck, man. Right. Fuck you. Okay. Problem is the momentum. Yeah. All right. Hey, I'm outside. And that is the exit. But there's a door there that... Oh, what? I would have thought that would open that. But no, that's the exit. Okay, so what about the other exits then? Sorry, I just quickly rewound. This is cool. I like this. Again, like, I've got to say, like, I get caught up in my frustrations, but I just love the detailing. And the way it's also, everything's slightly different. I do ultimately really like that. Okay, I'm going to try this. Hey, it takes me back to the start. I'm going to go and grab the stim pack. Okay, so let's try the other exit. Hang on, which exit? No, that was this exit. Let's try the... Ooh, I don't want to go down here. Is it this way? I think it is. I will say that I'm usually not very good at pathfinding, at memorizing parts of the map, but I think because of this kind of stuff, and because there is a function to each part of the map, and there are branching paths which you need to grok the logic to, I become good at it with this map, which is cool. Okay, let's see what this one does then. Oh, it's just interesting. I completely missed that. Oh, and you get slightly different benefits depending on... Interesting. Okay, interesting. So there's that entirely optional part of the map now. Very interesting. Right, okay, so we go through here, slalom a bit. Yes, that takes me back to the beginning. Right, how many enemies left? Okay, 40. That's not masses, but it's not nothing either. Yeah. So okay, so there's this entirely optional part of the map, which doesn't seem to be leading to anything. Like it's kind of in the corner. Radiation. I don't care. I don't care about radiation. Whoa. Is that it? Am I screwed now? I can't go back. Oh, this is cool. Keep running. Nice. Oh, and there's all this cool stuff I could be getting. No, I shouldn't have backtracked. Man, I was like, I do not need that rad suit. I don't need the extra mega health. I did. That's... Whoa. Oh. White teleport. That's presumably an exit only pad. Okay, that's not always consistent, but interesting. I warn you, if I die now... I'm gonna save. Oh my god, health, thank you so much. A cell pack, maybe I can go back to blasting people. Okay. That is crafty. Slumming it with a shotgun when I could be blasting with a plasma. Okay, so is that another alcoving? Okay, let's see. Yeah, it raised. So what thing am I looking for to have raised? Okay, it's not these. No, that opened this. Enemies teleporting in. Did this open? Was this not open before? I'm not really sure. Excuse me? Okay, so that's unlocked now. Oh, okay. Yeah, here I am. And this is opened. I didn't notice that. And now I can escape. Okay, so that is really interesting. I thought that was much easier than that path, but I didn't really notice this. Okay, one last thing to check. I don't think this does unleash a load of monsters. No. Cool. I mean, so there are two different gold keys you can get. And that's interesting because I was thinking the skull key and key card might be mechanically different and the two exits might be different. But no, they're just two different ways of getting. But you can get either. Okay, so which was... This has been such a crazy ride. I mean, I love it. Like I said, I'm sorry I keep on complaining about I don't like this, don't like that. It's just because this is by no means a bad map. I love it. It's just that, the things that frustrate me only frustrate me so much because the rest is so awesome. Man, what a blast. What a unique, weird, wonderful experience. This is such great work. I really think there are parts of it that really need tidying up. And it's odd because I kind of think and it's punishing in unexpected ways. I think sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Like the combat, for a long time, you just think this is trivial. There's never really any hectic combat, but there is sometimes, and then you will get into acid trouble or whatever. Man, this is incredible. It's needs. I definitely think that some parts need cleaning up. I get the impression with the blockages and switches and stuff that some of that doing it different every time is a kind of I don't know. This sounds a bit condescending, maybe, but it feels like it's kind of indicative of not being entirely familiar or comfortable with those mechanisms and kind of trying it out in various different ways to see what sticks, but then nothing does really stick. And I can appreciate that maybe that's a kind of lack of confidence in the whole thing that then leads to kind of like I said, in the, where are we? In this side of things, oh man, the fact that this is so close to that. Yeah, on this side of things, I thought the whole unlocking the thing to unlock the thing to unlock the thing to get out I think that's mechanically completely confusing and unnecessary. I think you could just get the gold key and then walk out using the gold key. I also think there's things I got a fair few of the secrets. Yeah, I would say this is just a style. There's no way I'm going to say you should make everything look the same and everything should be consistent everywhere, because that's just not what this map is about, and it would be rubbish if that was the case. But aside from the secrets I did get, I was very happy with. They felt earned. So maybe ignore this. But I think when there are so many mechanical things that behave inconsistently, that are different every time, so you have these visual differences that don't really indicate a mechanical difference, And then you have like lots of complex, detailed brushwork that's decorative, but that sometimes is mechanically difficult for pathfinding, for parcours, or for blocking your line of sight or whatever. Then there are places where there's a tiny bit and it's just decoration. Like a lot of the time I'll be looking at the map going like, I wonder what could be a secret. I wonder what could be progression. And you notice these little things and you go, oh, maybe that's it. And it's like, no, it's not. That's not anything. In this map, that is just some detail. And that's, I think, like, that's fine. That's just the style of this map. And yeah, overall, like, absolutely charming. I love it. Thank you very much. What a wonderful experience. And yeah, cheers. How'd I do? Missing one guy. All right, skip the end. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Wow. Resolved. Elephant foot, resolved. Okay. Wicked. I think 1.5 hours of dooming is enough for anyone. Yeah, see you on the doom boards. Nice one. Ciao. Bye.